G'day, it's Mark here, and welcome back to the channel. Back in Australia after my USA road trip. If you haven't checked out those episodes, there's a whole stack of them there. There's about 47 of them in all different durations, but some from only a couple of minutes to 40, 45 minutes. But it was an absolutely fantastic trip. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Even Robbie Wolf says subscribe, so hey, what are you waiting for? But anyway, check it out. And but today we're back in Australia, and I'm going to see Ray, who's restoring my 57 Ford F250, but it's not about that. It's about my 1983 Cadillac Seville Elegante. I believe he's got that thing going. It gave a bit of grief, bought a few parts to replace. And so anyway, let's go and check it out and just see where he's at. Okay, so we're back at Ray's, and I brought some bits and pieces over for the Cadillac, but while I'm here, I also received this original air cleaner lid, 171 horsepower, 272 cubic inches. This is an original air cleaner with decals and everything for the 57 Ford truck. So yeah, that's kind of just been mocked up. I need to get a filter for it. It's just sitting on a cardboard box at the moment, but it's no secrets here. We'll tell it as it is. But yeah, that's looking good. And I think with those other decals and the other bits and pieces we did, the motor's starting to look pretty cool. Okay, so we're back with Ray in his workshop, and we're just going to get a little bit of an update in terms of what he's done to get this Cadillac Seville going. Okay, Ray, your favourite car. Tell us, what have you been doing to this since I've been away?
Yeah, where do we start?
At the beginning.
At the beginning, one of the first things I looked at was the oil level, which was chronically over full.
Right.
Probably from over fueling.
Okay.
So I got it on the hoist and adjusted the level to make that correct.
Yep.
Cranked it over to see what I was dealing with, and you're right, wouldn't go over fueling.
Yep.
Then I took the spark plugs out to check them all, see if they're flooding.
Yep.
Cleaned them up before putting the new set in. There was no difference.
Right.
Then the next step was to put some of the bits in that you already supplied.
Right.
The first thing I did was the oxy sensor.
Yes.
Then the throttle positioning switch.
Right.
I put those in, but I didn't try to start it with those because I wasn't confident they were the issue.
Right.
The next step, I put your other computer
The new
in.
computer. Mm-hmm.
Had to swap over the memcal and so on.
Yep.
It's a bit of a...
It's behind the glove box, isn't it?
Yeah. It's been sort of thrown in there. But
right.
That's how it was.
Yep.
And then came back, put the new spark plugs in it.
Yep.
And it started up very roughly, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Filled the place up with smoke and
right.
fumes.
Yeah.
That cleared up and it was running quite well.
Yep.
Started it several times, moved it in and out to access other cars.
Yep.
And then when I had it over the hoist, the next day, which is about 2 weeks later,
yeah,
it started up, drove over the ramp and stopped.
Right.
And wouldn't start again.
Yep.
I'm suspecting at the moment it's either out of fuel.
Right.
Even though the gauge says it's got some.
Yep.
And or the filter's blocked.
Yeah.
So
I've got a new filter which I've dropped in today, and hopefully it is out of fuel. I brought a bit of... In fact, I need to transfer that fuel over to the other jerry can before I leave. Yep. And then hopefully we can get this thing running.
Yeah, the next stage, I'll put that filter on and be able to tell whether it's blocked or whatever. Yep. And put it on any case, put some fuel in it, and I'm pretty confident it'll be running again.
Yeah, and then the other thing you discover is the brakes.
Oh, the master cylinder was chronically bypassing.
Right.
Which means when you put your foot on the brake, the pedal was just sinking to the floor.
Yeah, no brakes.
Which obviously is quite dangerous.
Yeah.
And it's since improved, but of course you wouldn't leave it.
And the thing is, you just never know when it's going to do it again,
exactly
do you?
Right.
Yeah.
Because one day it'll have brakes and it'd stop, and the next day it'd sink away to the floor again.
Yeah. Now I've ordered another master cylinder for it. Got to wait a couple of weeks for that to arrive. I think 10 days to 14 days to arrive. Mm-hmm. So that's on its way. All right, and then I guess I need to get the exhaust work done because there's not much of the exhaust left, is there?
No, it's basically just got a couple of engine pipes, so it's nice and loud.
Yeah, probably putting out more horsepower than usual. So I'll do that. I'll get the exhaust done. Needs headlining, and I need to then treat the leather, get some seat work done on the seats. That's all cosmetic, so that's probably not a priority at the moment, but just getting the thing running is the priority.
Of course, you need to do something with the power steering.
Oh yeah, that's right, you mentioned that. So the power steering has a pretty serious leak in it, so you're gonna give it some power steering treatment, I guess, and then just potentially we'll have to order some parts for that one. I'll wait till you let me know though.
Yeah, we'll dose it up, get some fluid in it and see how it goes, and then work out the next step.
Yeah. And then when I was in America, I actually bought for $200, I bought a set of very rare Cadillac alloy wheels. So even though I quite like these wheels, this is part of this custom Seville package. Some people might say leave it as is, but I prefer the factory wheels. Like there's some quite nice...
Were these trims an option, were they?
This is like part of because this car's been mildly customised with these wheels and also that big grille surround, that big radiator thing. Yeah. That's kind of done over the existing factory one. So I don't mind it because it's relatively mild as a custom. But I saw these original factory alloy wheels in Denver. So I bought those for $200, but they're kind of not going to be here for a while, but I'll change them over when they arrive.
$200 for a set of 4.
Yeah. And 2 center caps. I'm missing 2 center caps. So these will do in the meantime, but yeah, I want to fix up the leather interior, do the headlining, and then hopefully mechanically when it's sorted, then it'll be, be done. So I really like the car. I know it's been giving it a lot of grief. David King sort of threw his hands up with it after working on it for a while, but sounds like you've tamed the beast, Ray. Must be the Datsun Nissan experience with some of the early electronics. I don't know.
We'll find out when we get to the next stage. Hopefully it's all good.
So anyway, just thought I'd give everyone a bit of an update on the Seville. And sounds like we're making progress. So I'm hoping it is just out of fuel. And, once we put some fuel in it, change that filter, we can get the thing going again.
Have a look here.
Yep.
These are the injectors up here.
Right.
And you can hear them working, and when it's running with the cover of the filter off.
Yes.
You can see what it does.
Yep.
And obviously because it won't run, you can't see it, but it's not injecting fuel currently.
Right.
Which it either means, once again, the filter's blocked, or it's out of fuel.
Yeah. All right, well, I guess, like you said, we'll just try it and see what happens. But so they're 2 injectors, are they? 2 throttle bodies.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah.
I believe you can possibly buy them.
Yeah, you can,
by themselves. Otherwise, you'd have to replace the whole throttle body, which is...
It's fairly expensive. I looked at it online, I think.
Yeah.
Not when I say, maybe $200 or $300 US, something like that. Yeah, but I avoided doing that unless it was necessary.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do it unless it does need it.
But but I wonder whether there's something you could either clean it with carby cleaner or whether you need to sort of clean out any of the injectors.
I think they're probably, they either work or they don't work.
Right, okay.
And obviously they can't work with no fuel.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll see how it goes once you've
got the fuel. That's the best thing. Hopefully we won't need.
Yes. Well, that's a spare.
Yep.
And like you said, so that computer, you said the memcal has to be transferred when you do the changeover, so you've done that already.
That's right.
These are the GM plugs, which on the forum said it makes a big difference, like using the proper GM AC plugs. That's why I bought those.
I can't tell by the codes what's the difference between them, but visually looking at them, these have got a longer electro, so they're probably a hotter spark.
Hotter plug. Right, okay.
And that, if we have to put that in, we've got to take the fuel tank.
Yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Well, let's do that transfer of the fuel, and then I guess I'll go on my way. But thanks very much, Ray, for at least getting it going. I mean,
it's been going at stage 1 at least.
Stage 1. I hope that it is. And I'd sent you those because I had the Cadillac workshop manual and haven't received it yet. So I bought another one while I was in Hershey, and I was taking photos of it. And sending those to Ray while I was in America. I don't know if you used any of those or you could see them or not. But
I did look at them. The main thing I was after was I got after I'd gone through all the process.
Right, like the location and things, yeah.
The main location thing I wanted was where the fuel pressure regulator is situated, thinking it was in the fuel tank.
Yeah.
But it's actually controlled by the throttle body.
Oh, right.
So with a manual, you save a lot of time by reading.
So how did you work that out? Did you...
Just trial and error.
Right, okay.
Trial and error and a lot of stuffing around.
Yeah. Okay, well, he just said, and a lot of my money being spent. I left that bit out of the recording. All right. Thanks, Ray, for all your work. Really appreciate it. And, just looking forward to getting this thing back on the road. I think it's been through a few unsympathetic owners or people that just didn't know what to do with it. And I just think it's a car that's worth, you know, keeping and looking after, and, you know, once it's up and running, I'll certainly look after it and preserve it. So there you are. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please give the episode a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Bye.